Waweru and J.V. Mwite.
Morning, Your Honor.
Your Honor, for the suspect, for the record, Paul Mwite, Senior Counsel Kalonzo Musyoka, whose brief I hold, the Honor will recollect, he was here. The Honorable Mother Karua, Senior Counsel, Dr. John Haminwa, I'm here, Your Honor. Mr. Gad Awoda, Mr. Nelson Osiemo, Owiso Doctor.
Present.
Dr. Ekuru Aukot, the Honorable Eugene Wamalwa, Mr. Wajakoya, Henry Karauka, name is Bashir, who is present. Your Honor, for the defense, I can confirm that each of the individuals whose names are given for the defense, each of them is an advocate of the High Court holding a practicing certificate. And it is in that capacity that we appear. Your Honor, the defense has an application to make before the plea is taken. And that application, Your Honor, is that we apply for the taking of the plea to be postponed to give us an opportunity to challenge in the High Court the bringing of these charges, for the reason that even as the accused or the suspect was being arrested, there were valid court orders issued by the High Court of Kenya directing the suspect not to be arrested. So, Your Honor, we wish to raise the issue of contempt of court. Before the court that gave those orders. And act in violation of court orders. So we have solid basis for challenging the bringing of these charges. And Your Honor, it is our submission that this honorable court, in order to promote respect for the administration of justice, will indeed accord an opportunity where the issue of contempt of court orders is raised for the accused or the proposed accused to make that challenge before the High Court. Your Honor, let me clarify. There were two sets of orders issued by the High Court. First, there were orders issued that the accused should not be arrested. And the arresting of the accused was contempt violation of those court orders. If you can hand over. Separately, Your Honor, that is a copy of the court order. Separately, Your Honor, there were orders issued by the High Court for the return of the guns confiscated from Jimmy Wanjigi, which were licensed, he had a valid certificate to hold the guns. And the orders of the High Court were for the return of those guns, which were returned, but also
they were returned.
They were returned to Jimmy Wanjigi in accordance with the court orders. But the further court order was for a reinstatement of the certificate to hold those firearms. You've handed over this copies. All those copies of the court orders are there, Your Honor. So the guns were returned. The further court orders were for reinstatement of the firearms certificate. Firearms as specified, set out in the order of the court. So, Your Honor, perhaps in an attempt to get around the court order not to arrest Jimmy Wanjigi, we learned that despite the clear provisions of Article 47 of the Constitution, fair administrative action, despite the court order that say return the firearm certificate to Jimmy Wanjigi, the police decided, without any notice of any kind, to Jimmy Wanjigi to cancel the firearm certificate in order to charge him with being in possession of guns without the certificate. Your Honor, as this Honorable Court is aware, before any adverse action is taken against anyone, the police were under an obligation under Article 47 of the Constitution to give a notice to the holder of that firearm certificate. That is what Article 47 is all about. That is what fair administrative action is all about. In order for him to be heard in his own defense before an adverse decision is taken. So we have these cogent basis and reasons for challenge the attempted charges. And Your Honor, before I hand over to my colleagues here, let me just say it is not just Article 47, because the Constitution is read as a whole, and it strengthens the submissions we are making that Article 47 is to be read with Article 10 of the Constitution that requires reasonableness, fairness, transparency by anyone taking any action. And of course, Article 2 that holds everyone subject to the Constitution and requires everyone to act in accordance with the Constitution. You know, we need to keep reminding ourselves of the transformative nature. We need to keep reminding ourselves of the transformative nature of the 2010 Constitution. It's not by accident. It was deliberate. Article 1 is about the sovereignty for the people of Kenya. That sovereignty is donated to the judiciary, to the executive, to parliament, but always the interests of the Kenyan people, of which Jimmy Wanjigi is a member, to be respected. Even the human dignity, which has got its own standalone article. All these are to be read together with Article 47. And finally, Your Honor, with a lot of respect, the people of Kenya in the 2010 Constitution donated their sovereignty to the judiciary and charged the judiciary with the responsibility of ensuring that everyone acts in accordance with the Constitution, respects the Constitution. That is what we are asking this Honorable Court to do by asking that the plea taking be postponed for at least 4 weeks in order for the accused to go back to the High Court to draw the attention of the High Court that its orders have been violated by the police